Carolina Castillo and Reyna Paratina, provisional members. Mr. Fred Hernane, representing Rolando Perez, provisional member. On the part of the observers, we have Ms. Perla Tablante and Evita from NACA, Mr. Julius Carlos from DOTR. Likewise, we need to attendance the head and members of the technical working group, head and members of the PAC Secretariat. On the part of the prospective leaders, we have for the Port of Bulalakaw project, Orient Star Construction Incorporated, Mr. Dennis Almero, and from Actuate Builders, Mr. Nathan Floro and Francis Suarez. For the Port of Lubang, Barangay Tili, Occidental Mindoro, likewise from Actuate Builders, and for the Port of Buena Vista, Bohol, from Actuate Builders.
Okay, considering the foregoing, the chair declares there's a quorum. Will make look at EP number 099-2018. What do we have scheduled?
We have two items under our agenda. Number one is the private conference for the following projects: construction of backup area Port of Bulalakaw, Oriental Mindoro, design, supply, and installation of BRF HVAC system and generator units for the passenger terminal building, Port of Bayan, Mindoro, Misamis Oriental. Lubang Port Development Project, Port of Lubang, Barangay Tili, Lubang, Occidental Mindoro. Construction of causeway with stair landings, Port of Tahugura, Pasco, Batanes. Excavation, extension of breakwater, and construction of boat mooring facilities, Port of Sabstang, Batanes. And Buena Vista Port Development Project, Port of Buena Vista, Bohol. Number two item is the pre-procurement conference for the following projects: dredging of North Harbor Inner Basin, Manila, dredging of ports of Poctoy and Ambolong, Romblon, Port of Cuyabon, Marinduque, dredging of ports of Brooks Point, Puyo, and Balacac, Palawan, dredging of ICPC, Port San Pedro, and ports of Lumangas, Iloilo, Jordan, Guimaras, dredging of ports of San Jose de Buena Vista, Antique, and Culasi, Rojas, and dredging of ports of Ubay and Calibon, Bohol.
Again, if there's any objections, let's proceed to the first item on our agenda, the meeting conference.
For the first project, the construction of backup area, Port of Bulalakaw, Oriental Mindoro. The approved budget for the contract is 36,311,732.99 with a project duration of 300 calendar days. We have three prospective bidders for the project: Orient Star, Excelsius Engineering Services, and Actuate Builders. The floor is now open for your queries, clarifications, questions. From Orient Star, you can.
Morning po. Dennis Almero po of Orient Star Construction. Regarding po na sa equipment requirements, nakasulat po kasi sa crowder grade, 1 unit owned and one owned lease. Ilan po kailangan natin i-provide na crowder grade?
Yes, Chairman, I will be with regards to the equipment requirements of Bulalakaw, what we require is 1 unit roller crane, 30 tons foam. So maybe we can issue a bulletin. Supplemental bulletin. Mali po yung na-issue natin sa
But mali?
It must be 1 roller crane foam. Ang mali na natin sabihin na may tagbulten one on board list.
Yes, so we will bura the one owned and his. So yun.
So, to be clear, 1 unit crawler crane, 7 tons owned.
One owned, okay. So kasi it's one owned and one owned or leased. So, i-erase na lang natin yun. So we will be issuing the corresponding bid bulletin. We will furnish you a copy.
It should be on.
It should be owned. From Actual Builders. We have no representative from Excelsius any construction. So the deadline for the submission of bids for the Bulalakaw project is at 9 a.m. of January 3, 2019, while the opening is at 10 a.m. of the same day, January 3, 2019. For the next year, we have no prospective bidder yet for the Port of Cagayan de Oro, Misamis Oriental Project, the design, supply, and installation of the RF HVAC system.
Kailan ang meeting niyo?
Sa January 3 din, 11
January 3?
29.
Pagpasok natin.
Sa HVAC, 106 million.
Reposting.
Reposting.
May bumili ba dati?
Wala.
Pero kahit naman, pag hindi bumili, wala pag makapagpili tayo. Kahit walang bumili ng tayo.
Hindi.
Pag wala na sila, ipe-failure siya.
Did I expect, or taking exactly what they have been in house? Hindi pa rin pinag-aralan bakit. May assessment pa bakit nag-payment for?
Kasi wala nang bumili.
Bumili daw. So bakit exactly the same? Umasa tayo na may mag-pay. Iba. This is just hindi para...
Yung sulat ni Agnes.
Sige.
For the
For the Lubang, Barangay Pili, Occidental Mindoro project, again from Actuate Builders, we have two representatives. Any questions?
We'll still secure the
Bid document.
Nathan Flores actually. We will secure the bid documents today, so we'll be able to review. And then maybe pag may query, we'll get back at a later date when going.
You have only today, actually 10 days, 10 days before the deadline for the submission of bids. You can still submit your queries or clarifications, but after that, we will no longer entertain them.
Thank you.
So the deadline deadline for the submission of bids for the Port of Lubang project is likewise on January 3, 2019. Deadline for submission is 1:08 p.m. while the opening of bids is at 2 p.m. January 3, 2019. So for the next project, Port of Tahukura, Basco, Batanes, likewise no prospective bidders. And for the Sabtang Batanes project, no prospective bidders yet. Wala pa, sir. For the Port of Buena Vista, Bohol project, likewise from Actuate Builders. The same, so they will still secure the bid documents. Tatlo, Tahukura, Basco, Batanes, Sabtang, at saka Buena Vista, Bohol. The ODR project.
Just in case the bidders for the other projects are interested in these projects, please state the deadline as well.
Okay. For the Tahukura project, the deadline for submission is at 9 a.m. of January 4, 2019. The opening of bids is at 10 a.m. For the Port of Sabtang project, deadline for submission is likewise at 9 a.m. of January 4, 2019. Opening of bids is at 11 a.m. For the Buena Vista project, deadline for submission is 1 p.m. of January 4, 2019. Opening of bids is at 2 p.m. January 4, 2019.
This ends the written conference portion of our agenda. Perspective bidders are engaged. We can now proceed to our pre-procurement process. Are you ready to present the project details? Okay.
Before I go, we are here to present the pre-procurement conference for the consideration of North Harbor Organization small introduction. North Harbor is one of the three main ports that generate substantial income for PPA. The two others being are South Harbor and Lake City. North Harbor has 46 berths. North Harbor has 46 berths that can accommodate up to 300 vessels per month or 4,000 ships per year. North Harbor is also situated along the eastern coast of Manila Bay. Manila Bay by nature is the flood basins that are of watersheds not only by Metro Manila, but also Central Luzon. Thereby resulting in silted waterways. At present, there's an ongoing dredging work at North Harbor and Transatlantic. North Harbor Basin was last dredged in 2008, and the latest hydro survey conducted there by ATSD last May 2018 showed significant shallowness and dredging is still imperative, hence its proposed dredging plan. The next slide shows the TSD dredging plan, which shows the dredging North Harbor and Transatlantic. The phase 1 and phase 2 for the North Harbor units. This site, the colored one is the proposed dredging site. And now for the project features. The features for this project are for dredging, it is a sand depot 10 meters below mean lower level water with an estimated volume to be dredged 705,000 cubic meters. Disposal of 18 to 20 kilometers away from the dredging area with a minimum water depth of 20 meters below. The major scope of work, dredging disposal works with an approved budget of 323 million, total project cost of 331 million, and a total project duration of 290 calendar days. For the equipment, a unit of self-propelled suction dredger with minimum 450 horsepower dredge pumping engine, 300 millimeter suction discharge pipe diameter, 1,250 cubic meter per hour compressed speed, and 1,200 cubic meter minimum hammer capacity, and must be owned. As mentioned before, the port is very busy that it accommodates up to 300 vessels per day. That's the reason for stationary dredger and counter suction dredger pipeline is not deemed to be recommended. For its vehicle registration, large A, for the approved budget is around 300 million, and the required experience is similar in nature and complexity with at least 50% of the required quantity for major works of operations of work indicated in the eligibility statements. That ends the presentation. Thank you.
North Harbor National under MDG5. Is it capital dredging or maintenance dredging? Hindi mo siya kasama sa kontrata ng MDG5. Capital dredging. Or, I don't know kung capital yan or maintenance dredging. Ano kasi silang registration, capital dredging. Wala na yun. Sa atin kayo, hindi dapat sa atin. MHPI. Hindi. PPA pa. Ano ba ang MHPI? Sabi ko, ano ba patin? Kasi ano yan eh, 25 years yung kontrata niya. And development, maintenance, operations of the port ship. Yung ba dredging, under ng MHPI?
May area yun, may area. Depende po sa kontrata nung...
So ito,
rin sa diagram.
Hindi ko alam kasi sa katulad sa ICTS ay ganyan, oo, kabisado ang kontrata ng MSP kasi sa ICTS ay within the doon sa pagpasok ng breakwater ICTS ay dito pa na yung kontrata nila. Saya ito pa rin, hindi mo alam. Lunch.
Sorry sir, I'm not familiar with the contract.
Okay. Hindi rin ang familiar sa kontrata ng...
Kaya tinawag na pinaka. Andyan ba si ano lang?
Pero ano yan, sample ko sa inyo, sa ICTS, labas ng breakwater, yung water, yung kanyang waterways, TPA, sa yung basic kayo, ICTS kayo.
Ito kasi inner basin eh.
I cannot,
Andyan pala siya.
dredging kasi ganyan.
Sir, while we are waiting for the answer to that question, can we, yung dun sa dumping, meron kasi so many, so far away from the, ayan, minimum 18 to 20 kilometers away from the dredging area. Na-identify na ba? Kasi there was a time that we had this parang na hindi pa na-identify. And then, parang ganon.
Yes ma'am, nag-solve na. In fact, may ongoing training na tayo sa North Harbor eh. So every now and then, nagkakaroon kami na may naka-convert cost na.
So pagka nag-prevent tayo and the would-be contractor would ask, we know we can already pinpoint where that 18 to 20 kilometers na area.
Yes ma'am.
Sige, pagawa. Okay, pagawa.
Clarification lang, yung sa
Balik po doon sa ano.
is, tanong lang po namin, hindi ba siya kasama sa kontrata ng MHPI, yung pag-dredge ng inner basin ng North Harbor. Ito yung sa contract natin. I'm not also familiar with the contract of MHPI. Hindi na kasi sa ICTS ay yata yung inner reserve part of
Yung sa, ang alam ko sa ICTS ay pare, yung yan, yung basic na yan, nakakapumasok sa breakwater.
Yes, sir.
Yung tenants na ICTS, hindi ko
Ang kontrata natin na is tatlo sa dredging, tatlong privatized ATI, ICTSI, and the MNSPI North Harbor. Pareho po silang iba-iba. Puro magkakaiba ang scope. I don't know who prepared that, it's not consultant who prepared. For ATI, which is south, ang dredging atin lahat. For MICT, ang dredging natin, entrance channel lang, ang inner basin at saka fairway and berg sa ICTSI. That's two. In the case of North Harbor, atin ang entrance channel, atin ang inner basin, pero ang berthing areas up to 10 meters, up to 100 meters from the berth is for the North Manila Ports operator. Yun ho ang pagkakaiba nila. So yan ho lahat iba-iba, malilito tayo. Kung hindi natin titingnan yan, lahat ng tatlong kontrata, tatlong konsultant na nag-prepare, na aprobahan ng board, na aprobahan ng OPI, magkakaiba ang dredging scheme. So that's the clarification we want to know. I hope everybody is clear now.
So sir, ano lang po, MNHPI, atin talaga yun.
Yeah. Hindi ko pa leverage siya kung di atin, patay tayo.
Kaya lang, hindi kami kasi ano sa contract.
Yeah. So that nga, kaya I-expect ko na. Para baka matanong niyo ako next year, baka ang propose ko naman dito yung API at saka yung ICTSI, then ang committee baka magulat sa akin na naman dadagdagan dito. So that's the case of the three contract. Thank you. We may proceed.
Natawag ka na lang din pare, para mapagod ka.
Babi ba naman? Lagi.
Sa yung tanong na mababang
Tawagin ka uli na.
Thank you. Thank you.
I move to approve. Motion na ba? Motion. Okay na?
Okay na, okay na.
Mr. Chair, will to approve the procurement of the adventure of Dark Harbor Agent Basic.
Yeah, for the location of the sports, we have the report of employees located in Tablas Island, Walang Lumpur, and Sibuyan Island, both under the province of Luzon, and maintain reports of people and goods on these islands. Whereas the port of Biabut, sometimes referred to as Santa Cruz Port, is northeast of Marinduque Island. It is the primary port of destination for replenishing supplies and trading business for the inhabitants of the islands. Here, nearby here. Well, however, latest BSD Cider Southern plan of this port showed shallow water. This is the latest Cider Southern plan of BSD, projecting this dredging area to the Google map of Octar Port for easy visualization. This area must be dredged 7 meters for the safe docking of the vessels. Total volume computed herein is 49,700. Well, same goes with the port of Anglo. This decided sure that this area must be dredged at a sign depth of 8 meters. Total volume is 76,400. And then for the Santa Cruz Port, we have here the entrance channel. Area to be dredged, highlighted herein, superimposing this one to the Google map. This area needs to be dredged, maintain depth of 6 meters, development, and estimated volume of 80,100. Well, all in all, the total volume to be dredged for this project is 206,200 cubic meters. 16 kilometers dredging, a dumping area, same minimum depth. And then we have here the ADC of 107,533,000 plus. Total project cost is 110 million to 1,000 plus. Our project duration is 298 calendar days. For the equipment here, we have here 1 unit self-propelled grab type dredge with 500 cubic meter load capacity. This must be owned. Or it can be 1 unit of non-propelled grab type dredger complemented by 2 units non-propelled loading barges and 1 unit tugboat. Or it can be 1 unit non-propelled grab type dredger and then another tugboat for its mobility. Medium A for ports and harbor engineering offshore, the required vehicle. And of my presentation, thank you.
Bakit cluster ito? Sa road
It was the AGF's decision to cluster the port so that considering the vicinity, sir.
Yung Buyabot, Port of Buyabot, Marinduque, under ng ano siya, terminal of PMO.
PMO Marquez.
PMO Marquez.
Yung kay Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz.
Ah, okay. Hindi Buyabot. Santa Cruz.
Buyabon.
Buyabot is a lugar. Pero importante na sa Santa Cruz sa tawag.
Hmm.
Santa Cruz.
Shelter din na Santa Cruz Port kasi nasa barangay Santa Cruz siya.
Kasi wala kami sa stats ng kuya ko.
Sa tapos yan, ano pare? Hindi mo din alam. Patawag natin sila. Hindi kasi kayo, yung buyabot kasi, hindi ko lang makakanda na kung sa tapos yan, ay yan yung ating yung Santa Cruz. Pero, yun lang.
Barangay Buyabot.
Barangay Buyabot, Santa Cruz. Port of Santa Cruz yan.
Double check na lang.
Ano ba ba yun? Parang itong cluster ka ba yan? Paano yung costing?
Ang benepisyo lang pag nilaster sa duration number of days. So yung costing, yung unit cost natin, pareho rin, dahil ng basis natin po.
Bakit mas shorter yung period ba cluster?
Nasi-shorten sir kasi yung saliway natin nade-debat yung same, yung mga projected natin na non-working days.
Hindi cluster yun, pwedeng sabay-sabay gumagawa yun kung ito. Balik sa unit. Isang dredger yung require mo, so one side lang lagi yan.
Yes sir, yung number one natin, one unit, yung sub-propelled
Alternative lot yun, so there's only one unit. So
Yeah.
isang lugar lang nadidiretso na tayo sa lot 1. So
Yeah,
paano
one at a
maging
time.
mas mabilis yung one unit to cover 3 areas, then 3 units over 3 areas?
Mas mahal yan sir.
Hindi yan nga, kaya tinatanong ko mas mura ba yung ganyan. So anong aspect bakit? Because I'm trying to get the logic of why cluster something. So kaya yung sinabi ko kasi period hindi costing.
May effect po rin sir, kasi yung duration natin may payment din yan.
Meron.
May mga bill item tayo, may mga payment tayo sa extra duration. In terms of general expenses,
Tawagin sila ng dapat yan.
Parang we had an issue before, was not in a cluster. I think Surigao. Parang tatlo yata, hindi ko pinasok na. Previously, sabi natin hindi siya ika-cluster. Pero I think there was a discussion. I couldn't remember. Pero later on, na-push pa rin yung ika-cluster. Hindi ko lang sure kung kasama itong cleanup sa mga discussion natin.
Yun pa yung transportation unit sa yung old parang pero di siya ayaw nila. Pero
I think kasi yung issue before is kailangan bang mas mabilis or is it ano ang pinaka-main purpose natin why we are clustering? Is it to reduce the cost, to expedite the project?
Obviously, hindi naman pwede sabay-sabay. Kahit nasabi costing yun. So, may data ba tayo magkano sa titipid natin just for the information?
Oo. I think we requested before, yung DSD to present how efficient and how effective yung once it is clustered or once it is done individually. I think they had a presentation before. We need to request them again to present how effective and efficient yung
Kung mag-present na sa before.
Pero that is not, this one is not part of that presentation.
So, kahit ibigay nila sa akin yung report, present before para makita ko lang. Para maintindihan ko bakit tayo sa cluster. Kasi kung sinabi, period, obviously hindi speed ang dito. So, kaya sinasabi nyo, costing. So, at least have a general idea bakit tayo sa cluster.
sa cost
may savings sa cost din in terms ng general expenses.
Siguro sa moving forward, meron kasama sa report yan. Kasi kung gano'n, i-cluster natin lahat. So, yung aspect nila, you have a general idea how much we're saving. Pero, may question? Can you give me a copy of yung presentation na lang natin?
Sa dating yung before. Yung noon, yung mga cluster.
Para makita ko lang kasi
Yes, sir.
hindi ko naman nakita.
Opo, yung sa cluster.
Yung isa kasi pagka isa lang mobilization cost niya. Pag tatlo yun, may sasarili sa mobilization cost. So yung may tipid na doon. Then, yung duration ng pagtapos para
Parang ako, kinuha ko lang yung pagkakataon sa iyo.
Oo, hindi ka lang.
Mas pabilis lang.
Kaya hindi ka lang. Hindi ka lang makakalimuto.
Yung budget natin, based on the amount of interest.
One issue there, he was saying to me that yung maliliit daw masyado ng project. Wala kukuha doon kasi malaki yung project.
Nag-fail tayo.
Walang pumato.
Okay.
So, dalawang random ka rin.
Okay. Sige. Mas naiintindihan ko yan.
Okay na?
Yes, ika-capture the report natin para makita ko.
Subject to the paper to be delivered to the chairman. I move that the pre-procurement conference for the dredging of ports of Pocton and Ambulo, Ramblon, Port of Cuyabo, and Marinduque be considered as complete and that the project be the subject of approval.
Dredging of ports of Mongkoi and Abdullah Road, port of Cuyabo, Marinduque, to be complete and the same subject to procurement during their group.
Subject to the clarification that Pocton is also not transported.
Also subject to the clarification that port of Cuyabo is the port of the same is carried. Subject to the same conditions, the Secretary of Instruction to proceed with the publication of the same project. Proceeding with the next project.
So this is another cluster project, and so with the other projects that will follow. Well, this proposed drilling project is in support of the Department of Tourism's National Development Plan of sustaining economic tourism growth of our provinces. Well, in this case, Palawan. Who haven't heard of Alnida and Paron? North of Palawan. And then Cuyo, where the movie of Julian Santos Poning was shot. Or Brooks Point and Balapak at the southern tip. And just a few hours away from Sabah, Malaysia. Well, lately Balabak was in the news due to the captured crocodile Please not equate Malabak to crocodile, for crocs can be found anywhere, even inside. Okay, never mind. Brooks Point is one of the Philippines' gateway to Southeast Asia. While our proposed area to be dredged at -6 meters is computed to be 72,000 cubic meters, for Malabak Port, we have the shaded area at 4.5 meters, 30,000 cubic meters our computed volume. For Tuyo, dredging area to be dredged at 6 meters here. Estimated volume is 85,000 cubic meters. All in all, our estimated volume, computed volume for this project is 187,000 cubic meters. Well, our approved budget for the contract is 99,710,499.03. Total project cost is 102 million plus. Project duration for this clustered project is 276 calendar days. The same equipment as a previous one. Medium A also, because it's less than 100 million. This DS is 5. This one, Balabak, Kuyo. Well, thank you.
The same question dun sa topic na ano na rin yun. Have we pinpointed where the dumping site will be? Yung 16 kilometers away.
Dito sa Palawan mo, hindi pa ako sigurado kasi medyo mag-iat ang environment mag-iat dito.
Yeah, that's the point. Kasi if we will proceed with the bidding process and then somebody will ask, have we coordinated with the bid?
Yeah, we've been coordinating with PMLDs already. We've been coordinating through him.
Sa previous yung dredging dyan sa area.
Pero until now, wala rin sila. Wala pa sila.
May binigay na area ang Coast Guard, medyo malayo pa. Malayo sa 16 kilometers namin, so nakipag-negotiate pa nila pa kami ng lugar kung saan pwede pa.
Kasi sir, di ba this is included in the costing, diba?
Yes, ma'am.
So if we are not yet sure of the 16 kilometers and if that would be farther than 16, then it might have effects on the cost.
Certainly, ma'am.
Sir, do you think pwede na natin i-procure to in the meantime na inaano pa yan, nilinegotiate pa yan, pinag-uusapan pa yan?
Tinatrabaho naman ng PMO yung application nila sa ECC. Continuous follow-up naman ang ginagawa ng TSD, ma'am.
Tapos ano lang, kasi yung sa accomplishment report, you have 276 calendar days for Brooks Point, Balabang, Port, and Puyo Port. So for each port, merong number of days ng completion naman yan eh. So let's say yung 1/3 of the 276, that would mean you have already dredged 72,000 cubic meter of silts. So pwede na natin gawin na if ever na we are reporting an accomplishment, we could report that at this point in time, without completing the 276 calendar days, you have already completed the Brooks Point dredging. Pwede completed na yun at certain point in time. Kasi nga, cluster ka eh. So hindi mo hihintayin in terms of reporting system to finish the 276 just to report Brooks Point. Pwede at certain point in time, tapos na si Brooks Point.
Very possible.
Possible sa program namin, dapat ganun ang mangyayari. Pero sa actual, maaaring magawa.
Kasi we have to be, sa accomplishment report lang kasi, may budget component siya. So meron din siyang scheduling. So kung hihintayin ko yung 276 for the 3 ports, parang ano. Kasi kung one at a time, di ba? Kunyari po, di ba per board ang mangyayari niyan? Or sabay-sabay ba yung, I don't think, kasi 276 calendar days na eh. Oo. Pag nakuha yung Brooks, completed, 72,000 kada cubic meter of sales. Malabak, completed, additional 20,000 cubic meter of sales.
Ba't yung unang report pala may volume numbers?
Parang ganun din. Kaya kasama.
Mr. Chair, I move that the procurement conference for the dredging of ports of West Point, Puyo, and Palawan be considered as complete, and that the project be the subject of procurement.
Procurement recommendation there. There being none, the motion is hereby carried. Secretary is instructed to review publication of the project. Proceed to the next report.
Okay, another cluster project in PMO Iloilo. This Iloilo Strait here separates the island of Panay and Imarats, the port of Dumangas, Iloilo Commercial Port Complex, or simply ICPC, and Port San Pedro, all lies in Panay, whereas Port of Jordan is in the other side. That Dumeras Island serves as a natural barrier for the sport. Well, ICPC is the sole port in Iloilo City that can accommodate foreign cargo vessels. It was last dredged in 2004. Our proposed area to be dredged here is along the berths, 10 meters on this side, 5 meters here, 12.5, total volume is 35,000 cubic meter. For Port San Pedro Terminal, please be noted that this is Ilo River. That's why Port San Pedro Terminal is very vulnerable to the effect of sedimentation. This one is for domestic port, caters for domestic vessels. It was last dredged in 2008. Our proposed area to be dredged here at 7 meters depth, here to highlight red in yellow. Estimated volume is 20,000 cubic meter. For Dumangas, this port was last dredged by DSD in 2008. Minimum number of ship codes is 16, mostly Roro and tramping vessels, flying Dumangas, Iloilo, Old Grove. Very busy port. Highlighted, proposal to be dredged at -6. Volume estimated 60,000 cubic meter. For Jordan, the proposed area to be dredged here to highlighted, two depths at 6 and 4.5, volume is 25,000 cubic meters. All in all, we have a total volume to be dredged of 190,000 cubic meters. Then our approved budget for the contract is 99,481,556. Total project cost 101 million plus. Our total duration is 274 calendar days. The same major equipment required. Pickup is medium A. This is the basis of our computation for the volume and determination of dredging area. This is the ICPC hydrosaver which conducted by DSD. This one at San Pedro, Domangas, and Jordan. Again, thank you for listening.
Moving forward, ay yung mga project features na future presentation for GST, nailalagay niyo yung ship cost last dredge. Parang din makikita natin po before na yung ilang yung pesa sa
Yes, sir. Sa preparation ng POW namin, project profile ng POW namin, nakalagay ko lahat yun, sir. Yeah, next time, sir. Yeah.
Years. I will let the procurement conference for the project, dredging of ICPC ports and veterinary ports of Columbus, Iloilo, Port and Dimas be considered as complete and that the project is adopted.
Is the procurement proposed dredging for Iloilo Cluster Project 2, ports of San Jose de Vista, Antique, and Port in Roxy. This dredging proposal covers two PPA ports located in Palayan. The port of San Jose de Vista in Antique is situated 68 kilometers west of Iloilo City, whereas Iloilo Port in Calis is 135 kilometers northeast of Iloilo City along the north-central coast of Panay Island. The next slide shows the aerial view of the subject ports. Please be informed that both ports were last dredged in 2008, and with a span of almost a decade now, the effect of siltation hinders the full utilization of the port facilities. Latest hydrographic survey conducted by DST at the port of Colossi Port in Roa City defines the area that needs to be dredged to maintain a safe navigable depth. And same goes for San Jose de Benavista and Antique. Project features for this project dredging design depth of 6 meters below lower water for San Jose de Benavista and 6.5 meters for Colossi, with an estimated total volume dredge of 155,000 cubic meters and broken respectively in 60,000 and 95,000 for both ports. Major scope, approved budget of contract is 80 million, with a total project cost of 82 million, and project duration of 229 calendar days. The equipment is same as previous one, and the pickup is medium A. Thank you. This is the station.
Lahat naman ito coordinated with the PMO before we...
Yes, ma'am.
Question. Sir, bakit po hiniwalay pa siya dun sa nauna?
Project.
Bakit naman?
Hiniwalay pa po ito dun sa nauna. Ilo-ilo din po ito, di ba?
Bisin.
Di ba mag-alap din naman ito?
Pag pinagsama natin, masyadong lalaki na yung volume, then yung duration natin, magmang abutin ng 2 taon eh. 274 na yung cluster one natin. Then this one, 274 talent base yung cluster one natin, then this 100 something. So, more than a year, matutulog ng gusto yung ibang ports.
Wala, sir. Mr. Chair, I move that the project dredging of ports of San Jose de Benavista Lasil has be considered as, I'm sorry, the pre-procurement for the dredging of ports of San Jose de Benavides, Antique, and Lasil has be considered as complete and that the project is the subject of procurement.
Yes, the two that the candidates will be there, the pre-procurement, the dredging report of the Benavista, TK, and Colapse. The digitization of the procurement to execution there. There being that, the committee is there. Secretary will be instructed to proceed with the publication of the last project.
Last project.
For this last project, it's the proposed direction of Ubay Talibon ports in Bohol. Under the strong Republic nautical highway, Bohol province connects Luzon to Cebu, via Maclog sa Luzon, Ten's Island, Samar, then cross San Juanico Bridge to Tacloban, then going to Bato Port in Leyte, then Ubay Talibon, and Cebu. Record shows the trip tourists from Luzon, Visayas and Mindanao, bound pursuits of the province. Ubay Talibon and Talibon ports were last dredged in 2006 and 2008 respectively. Considering the extent of time that had elapsed, latest DSD's hydro survey plan at these ports shows significant shallowness in dredging. Thereof is deemed necessary to ensure continuous flow of port operation, safety of the vessel, and the welfare of the riding public. Hence this dredging project. Features for this project, 5 meters below in lower water for both ports, and an estimated volume, total estimated volume of dredge of 296,000 cubic feet. Dredging disposal works, approved budget for the contract is 152 million. Total project cost is 156, and total project duration of 398 calendar days. Equipment same as before, and the vehicle is medium B because the approved budget of the contract is 102 million. Thank you, and this is the presentation. By the way, if you're wondering about the Behold logo, this is a motto created by Bohol to signify full recovery from the devastation suffered from the 7.2 magnitude earthquake that affected its entirety of Central Visayas last 2013. Thank you. That's it.
Mr. Chair, this is the last motion.
For this meeting.
For this meeting.
For this meeting.
I move that the bid procurement conference for the dredging of ports of Ubay, Talibon, Bohol be declared as complete and that the project be the subject of procurement.
The candidate will declare that the procurement of the dredging of Ubay and Talibon ports of Bohol be complete and the same is subject to procurement to a position thereto. There being none, motion is carried. Madam Secretary, you may start with the publication of the process. Madam Secretary, is there anything else? There being none, the meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
So, dami ko na, okay na ako. Ayun.
Hindi yan good bad yan eh. Baka bigyan ka na. Then marami ng PSD lang dito. Yung play muna natin ang highlights ng party nila. Port Police. Special participation ng Port Police. May magic tricks sila.
Oo. Nag-iiba yung nasa loob ng kanila.
Nagbabago yung sumasayaw.
Bumenta yung nag-split, ano, sir? Bumenta yung nag-change. Tayo nag-change.
Change.
Lalo paglabas sa ating shows.
Okay, good morning. Madam Secretary.
We have a forum, Mr. Chair, with attendance the following bank members: Attorney Marcos Palomar, Chairperson; Ms. Angelina Yossi, Vice Chairperson; Attorney Dana Caramello and Justice Chamber Portugal; and Ms. Josephine Actiere, regular members. Likewise, we have Mr. Sidney Ray Hernandez, representing Rolando Perez, provisional member and user from the SP. Likewise, they have the members of the technical working group, and the members of the bank.
Okay, proceeding for going, the chair declares there's a forum with HO Bank PGCS number 039-2018 comes to order. What do we have scheduled today?
We have one item under our agenda, which is the bid evaluation report for the following projects: proposed dry docking repairs, the painting of Malacanang pontoon landing barges, installation of floating barriers, sanding and painting of Coast Guard Station boat landing. B, supply delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of a storage solution.
Okay, very quickly, let's proceed with the bid evaluation report.
Morning, Mr. Chair and members of the bank. For the bid evaluation report on the dry docking, repair, and repainting of 7 pontoon barges, installation of floating barriers, sanding and painting of boat house, and CGS boat landing at Malacanang, Manila, Back PGCS 185-2018. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published or advertised is 16,840,940.69 pesos. The invitation to bid for the supply and delivery of for the dry docking, repair, and repainting of 7 pontoon barges, installation of floating barriers, sanding and painting of boat house and CGS boat landing at Malacanang, Manila, was advertised in newspaper of general national circulation on November 16, 2018, and simultaneously posted in the website of the TPA, field checks, and at conspicuous place at the PPA premises continuously for 7 calendar days. In response to the invitation to bid, Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation secured the bid documents in the amount of 25,000 pesos. During the private conference on November 23, 2018, the bank clarified the requirements, terms, conditions, and specifications stipulated in the bidding documents, the eligibility requirements, and the technical and financial components of the contract to be bid. Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation submitted its technical and financial bid for the deadline of submission thereof. In the presence of the bidder's representative, the first envelope of the loan bidder was opened and checked by the bank members to determine the bidder's compliance to the technical, financial, and other legal requirements. After due evaluation and a motion duly made and properly seconded, Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation was declared passed with the requirements of the first envelope for the technical component. Thereafter, the second envelope of Pier 44 Shipyard Development Corporation was opened. The documentary requirements were checked, and the bid price was read by the chairperson and then recorded. Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation was able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bid was undertaken at the bid price of Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation in the amount of 16,509,870 pesos and 32 centavos. The bid offer of Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation conformed to the required items specified in the bid form. No deviation was found in the bid proposal of the bidder. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, and based on the results of the bid evaluation, which respond to being ordered, the DWG recommends to declare Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation at its calculated bid price of 16,509,870 pesos and 32 centavos as a single calculated bidder, and the post-qualification be conducted on the said bidder.
Mr. Chair, I move to the DWG recommendation as contained in its bid evaluation report, stating that Pier 44 Shipyard and Development Corporation at its calculated bid price of 16,509,870 pesos and 32 centavos as a single calculated bidder, and the post-qualification be conducted on the said bidder be adopted by the committee.
It has been recommended to adopt the recommendation of technical working group as maintaining their physical evaluation report until dry docking, repair, and repainting of 7 new barges, installation of both barriers, sanding, and painting of boat house and TGS boat landing at Malacanang, Manila. Do I hear an petitioner to be? There being none, the airport for Shipyard and Development Corporation has calculated bid price of 16,509,870 pesos and centavos is hereby declared that a single calculated bidder. Technical working group is hereby instructed to conduct post qualification as said bidder. Proceed with the next report.
Mr. Chair, for the bid evaluation report on the supply, delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of storage solution under BACI PGCS 3528. The approved budget for the contract to be bid as published advertised is 10 million. The invitation to bid was posted on November 16, 2018 in the BPA website, field trips, and at conspicuous place at the BPA premises continuously for 7 calendar days. In response, 2 prospective bidders secured bid documents, namely Info Storage Corporation and Trends and Technologies Incorporated. During the pre-bid conference on November 23, the BAC clarified the requirements, terms, conditions, and specifications stipulated in the bidding documents, the eligibility requirements, and their technical and financial components of the contract to be bid. The 2 prospective bidders, only Info Storage Corporation, submitted its technical and financial bids before the deadline of submission thereof. In the presence of the bidder representative, the first envelope of the low bidder was opened and checked by the BAC members to determine the bidder's compliance with the legal, technical, financial, and other requirements. After due evaluation and a motion duly made and properly seconded, Info Storage was declared as passed with the requirements of the first envelope for the technical component. Thereafter, the second envelope of Info Storage was opened. The documentary requirements were checked, and the bid price was read by the chairperson and then recorded. Info Storage Corporation was able to comply with the documentary requirements for the second envelope. As a first step to determine the correct calculated bid, detailed evaluation of the bid was undertaken on the bid price of Info Storage in the amount of 8,978,858 pesos. No deviation was found in the bid proposal of the bidder. Pursuant to Rule 9, Section 32 of the 2016 revised IRR of RA 9184, and based on the result of the bid evaluation, which was found to be in order, the DWG recommends to declared Info Storage Corporation at its calculated bid price of 8,978,858 pesos as the single calculated bidder in the post-qualification to be conducted on the said bidder.
Mr. Chair, I note that the PWG recommendation as contained in their bid evaluation report stating that Info Storage Corporation at its calculated bid price of 8,978,858 pesos as the single be declared as a single calculated bidder in the post qualification be conducted on the said bidder be adopted by the committee.
Just been moved that the country to adopt the recommendation of technical working group as contained in the bid evaluation report on the supply, delivery, installation, testing, and commissioning of a storage solution going to Commissioner Lu. There being none, the motion is carried. Info Storage Corporation has calculated bid price of 8,978,858 pesos. Is hereby declared as a single calculated bidder. Technical working group is instructed that the post qualification said bidder. Madam Secretary, anything else?
None, Mr.
There
Chair.
being none, meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Wednesday na lang.
Wala na, sir. After 90.
Wala, okay lang po. May request si Angie na propose siya sa break. Gusto nga ni Angie magkaroon ng 28.
Wednesday.
Para i-drive siya.